Hola, hoy vamos a hablar sobre la diferencia entre por y para. A lot of times we want to use both of them to mean the word for in English, which sometimes they do mean that, but a lot of times they don't mean that, and they actually mean something really different. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to memorize when to use which one, but there are a couple of patterns that you can recognize, and that will help you decide. So when you're using por and para with a person, for example, el libro es por J.K. Rowling. When you're using it with a person, that means that it is by that person. So the book is by J.K. Rowling. Or, for example, el libro es para Luna. This means that it is for her, as in she is the recipient of it. El libro es para Luna. Okay, when you have it with a job or some type of employment, mi abuela estaba enferma y yo trabajé por ella. So my grandmother was sick and I worked for her or on behalf of. I'm having a lot of pen problems today, so I apologize for this garbage writing. But on behalf of my grandmother. And then over here, yo trabajé para mi mamá en su tienda. I worked for my mom, as in I am an employee of my mother and I worked for her. Like yo trabajo para OCAL. I'm an employee of OCAL. I work for them. Okay, when you have it with a place, for example, caminamos por el parque, we walked through the park or we walked around the park. So through or around a place versus viajamos para Costa Rica, we traveled for Costa Rica, as in we traveled toward Costa Rica, or Costa Rica was our destination. Okay, when you have por and para with verbs, normally por is going to mean because of. So yo estoy cansada por trabajar. I'm tired because of working. If you have it with para, usually it means in order to. So yo estudio para sacar buenas notas. I study in order to get good grades. And these are two really popular phrases that por and para actually replace. So if you are trying to figure out which one to use, if you try to replace it in your head with because of, then it's going to mean por. If you can try and replace it in your head with in order to, it's going to mean para. And that could be with people, places, things, but usually it's with verbs. Okay, with time and por, yo leí por 2 horas. I read for 2 hours. When you were referring to duration, it's going to be por. La tarea es para el viernes. When you're referring to a deadline, you're going to use para, which is kind of the same idea as a place, right? Oops, wrong one. A place. Through or around a place versus toward a place. And with time, duration, so through time, and then deadline, toward time. So it's kind of similar. When you have por and para with nouns, they mean different things. So, fui a la tienda por leche. I went to the store for milk, as in, oh my gosh, this is terrible. As in to acquire milk. Or it could also mean because of, like with a verb. So me caí por el hielo. I fell down because of the ice. Usually para, el vaso es para la leche, is going to be purpose. So the purpose of the item. So the glass is for milk. The purpose of the glass is to use it for milk. So again, they both mean for. I went to the store for milk. The glass is for milk. But here it means to acquire something, and here it means the purpose of something. And then there are just some other reasons to use por that you just kind of have to memorize, that are just always por no matter what. So for example, via or by means of. Fuimos por barco. We went by boat or via boat. Pagué $30 por la camisa. I paid $30 for the shirt. Anytime they're using cost or money, it's going to be por no matter what. Gracias por venir. Anytime you are saying thanks for something, it's going to be por. You will never say gracias para. It sounds terrible and it hurts my ears, so don't do it. Voté por la candidata. I voted for the candidate. Voting is always going to be por. And then the last one, just some idioms, which are just expressions or sayings. Por ejemplo, for example, or por eso, because of this. So those are just idioms that are always going to use por. And then there's just a couple of reasons to use para. Para atleta no es muy rápido. So if you're doing a comparison, so for an athlete, he's not very fast. You know, in comparison with other athletes, he's not very fast. Or para mí, la pintura es muy fea. If you want to express an opinion. For me, the painting is very ugly. So again, these are all things that you just kind of have to memorize, but as you use por and para more and more, you should kind of start to feel like one really does sound better than the other. Okay, so we're going to practice. Luna fue Blanco su dinosaurio. Her dinosaur is her absolute most favorite toy that she loves, and su dinosaurio is a noun. So if you have a noun, por can mean to acquire something or because of something, or it could mean the purpose of something. And here, I'm saying that Luna went for her dinosaur, as in to acquire her dinosaur, which is going to be por. Haré la tarea Blanco el lunes. So I will do the homework, something, Monday. So that's going to be a time. So por would be duration. So I would be doing homework for all of Monday. Para would be a deadline. I'm doing the homework, by Monday. So which one makes more sense? Para the deadline. Voy a reciclar Blanco salvar el planeta. So I'm going to recycle something, save the planet. Save the planet is a verb. So when I have a verb, por means because of, and para means in order to. So am I saying that I'm going to recycle because of saving the planet, or am I going to recycle in order to save the planet? And para is going to make more sense because it's in order to. Me llamó Blanco el teléfono. This is just one of those ones that is always por, no matter what. You have to memorize it via or by means of. So he or she called me via the phone or by means of the phone, which is going to be por. And then finally, el regalo es Blanco mi papá. So mi papá is a person. And remember that when you have a person, por means by that person, and para means for, as in the recipient, that person. And so here, the gift is for my dad, as in he is the recipient of the gift. Not it is by my dad. So we're going to practice a lot, and if you're worried or if you're confused, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to practice. Thanks.